This is La Ceja, and this town is over 200 years old, and nuestra parroquia, Nuestra Señora del Carmen, this church is 200 years old. They celebrated 200 years on 2015. The town is a little older than that. This is the inside. All right, there goes the cash truck. I need cash, but honestly, not taking it from you guys like some people do illegally around the world. Honest Abe. Let's get into the shade. Now he's backing up. He's gonna run over people. He's gonna have to pay the price for the lawsuits. Anyhow, so I was gonna say that Colombia is not very pedestrian friendly, and that's kind of like an example right there. Come on. You should have somebody outside. Well, but then again, that's a cash truck. But the people here don't normally like make a stop. Like right there it says stop. Did that guy stop? No, you're supposed to stop right around here where it says stop, buddy. So here in this country, they don't even do any kind of a full stop. So there are a lot of pedestrian accidents here because motorcycles hit them, because some of these motorcyclists are riding around very fast, or cars or taxi drivers or bus drivers. They have very little regard, little respect for people. They do. It's not that cool. I used to have a motorcycle. I had a motorcycle similar to this one, but mine was a Honda, and another one was a Kawasaki, which was more like the Yamaha here, like this one. It was similar to this. I had a Kawasaki 150 dual terrain, you know, like a dirt bike type. It was like that, but 150. And I remember I rode for 7 years, the three motorcycles I had. It's almost Halloween, it's October something right now, but whatever. And I remember I had so many close calls, and a couple of times I did get knocked down by two vehicles, two cars, and they got in my way, they knocked me down, and they hit and run, they ran off. They didn't stay to see what had happened to me, and that's a common thing that happens here in Colombia. A lot of hit and run things, fatalities or bad injuries. And this is just something that, one of the things I just don't like about Colombia is that there's very little respect for a pedestrian. Like I said, those things there is pare, stop, but people don't normally stop. And motorcycles are darting in and out of traffic and running red lights, so are cars. And it becomes very, very dangerous. See, like that guy did not stop, that man or woman did not stop at all. And you will see that even this one maybe will make a full stop, maybe won't, or probably was forced to make a full stop because of the car coming, or if not, they just do a rolling stop. And I think that's becoming more of a common denominator in the US too. I remember back in Jersey, when I was living in Jersey in 2010 to 2012, and it sucked. So I had one of these bikes. This is the first one I had, AKT 150. That's an AKT, only seen in Colombia. Nowhere else in the world that I remember that brand. And that bike, I bought it brand new. All three bikes, I bought them brand new. 0 kilometers, but the first one was a dud. Just came out all wrong. They don't even have respect for cyclists, and I'm a mountain biker. I have to get myself a mountain bike next year. I was gonna get it this year, but I can't. But next year I'll get one when the moment is right, when the timing is right, so I could go out mountain biking. But when I've been out mountain biking before, you've probably seen some of the videos. If anything, I'll leave a couple of videos at the end of this video. I hope I remember about the time when I had my motorcycle and I went on some motorbiking vlogging expeditions inside of Medellin, and with just background music, taking out the regular sound of the wind hitting the motorcycle. And then when I did some mountain biking, there's a mountain bike shop right there. And in this town, a lot of people love mountain biking, and I had a lot of near hits or near misses too while riding the mountain bike with my friend Jorge here in Oriente or in Medellin or in Caldas. And you know, you always have to be on the lookout. You got to be really attentive, alert, or if not, you have the really high risk of getting hit at a traffic light when you have the right of way to walk You have the green light for the pedestrian to cross the crosswalk, the zebra crossing, but so many people over the years have been hurt or killed by reckless, severely reckless drivers and riders. And on the buses, they don't respect, like the 285 bus route in Medellin called Robledo bus route, or Circular 301, Circular 301 or 302 South, Sur. Those things at certain times of the day, they're going super fast and they're just hitting curves and running red lights and slamming on the brakes to get some bus rider, somebody that needs to be a passenger. And they throw people all over the place, and people complain, and they aggressively respond and violently respond back with words like, well, if you don't like it, get the hell off, or I'll beat the hell out of you, and whatever. And it's dangerous. That's one of the things I just don't like about riding the public transportation system in Medellin, like some of those bus routes, or just walking on the street. You got to be really careful, because people will hit you and you will be really hurt, and they will do hit and runs. And it is part of life. Beautiful people in Colombia, very nice folk, but when it comes to driving or riding motorcycles, they do a lot of shenanigans. They got their licenses illegally. They never really did a course. A lot of people never did a course because there's a lot of corruption in the system here, and they just pay those driving schools. They like, I'll pay you a little extra, man, just say I did the course and everything and whatever, and they get a license, and they have no idea, no clue about how to really behave. 7 minutes, really behave as a motorist, or as a motorcyclist, or as a driver. And we, the pedestrians, are the ones that have to pay the price for their negligence. And with a lot of fatalities over the years, there was a system before we run out of time where they used to put stars. They would paint stars on the road where somebody had been killed by a car or a motorcycle, a pedestrian or a motorcyclist, but usually it was a pedestrian. So that's just one of the bad things. If you come to Colombia, be prepared to always look both ways. And don't think that just because the pedestrian light is green for you to cross, and there's a red light for traffic vehicles, don't think they're just going to come to a full stop. Some of them will stop right on the zebra and even knock you down, and even possibly injure you severely, or in the extreme case, kill you. So just be careful. And sometimes I used to say, hey, what are you doing? And they would argue with me. They would want to fight me. That's it. Later.